How is it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at Combat Patrol 77 and building the heavy weapons squad. Now these obviously came with issue 77. Normally these would cost you £26 from the supplier that I get mine from anyway. They do a pretty decent discount, so it's around £32.50. If you're going to buy them from Warhammer themselves. So in this issue we have the how to build, as always, and then we've obviously got some painting guide for them, which I again will be following very closely. Maybe not the blue on the glasses, who knows. And then we've got, what is this? What's this over here? I've just found on my, there's a spare piece that needs to go with the spare pieces. It's a little stowaway. There's a little bit of lore. Death Wild regiments. Isn't, what's his name? Is it Marlowe? Marbo? Isn't he one of those? Then it looks like we've got a bit of a short story. This is my first time opening this and looking at it as well. These are all ripped. I did try to peel them apart before going live on this video so they wouldn't tear, but I wasn't very successful, as you can see. And then we've got a couple of scenarios at the back. Looks like we're going to be fighting orcs in that scenario. Love me some orcs. Got a little Gene Stealer cult there as the enemy as well, or Leagues of Votan, or Chaos Space Marines. I guess we can do the same scenario but with each of those factions, and then the most favourite combat patrol of them all. One thing I did notice as I was getting this out, so in the next episode, the next video I'll be doing will be the Atlan Jackals, and this, I was very excited about this. I've mentioned this on a couple of the previous videos. The Armour Sentinel, thought how cool it looked and I'd love to get one. Looks like we're getting one in issues 79 and 80. So really looking forward to those. Amazing. Put those to one side. We're going to follow these instructions and get these units built. So first things first, we've got the sprues. These are only going to cost you 65 points to get into your whatever size force you want to use as well. Pretty decent. From what I'm reading there, they can be pretty good for infantry or vehicles, depends, anti-infantry or anti-vehicles, depends on how you set them up. Yeah. It looks like if you set them up with the las cannons, that's going to be for vehicles. And then if you set them up with the alternative versions, the like auto cannons, then you're going to be good for infantry. But it looks like they'd be quite worth having in any force. Right, let's get this instructions opened. Where does it want us to start? I'm just going to put that over there to my left so it's right out of the way. I bought some magnets as well today. I'm going to start magnetising. Oh, just dropped something on the floor. I'm going to start magnetising. I got 200 of these. They're little, I think they're like 2 mil by 2 mil or something like that. They do the job. Stuck a couple on the little orcs that I've been painting. It's just enough to hold it still, but not make you have to rip the damn thing off of the metal. Right, what do we want? We want 13, 14 and 15 apparently. What is that for? That looks like an auto cannon. Maybe we'll do the las cannons instead. Where's the alternative? Okay, well it doesn't show us those. Why not? What? So these are the 13 and 14s, but I'm probably going to go with the las cannons instead. I'm liking the sound of this like anti-vehicle. So I guess we would do 11 and 13. It's quite strange that it doesn't show you the alternative on this, unless I'm completely overlooking it. Go straight into the painting. Alright, well we're going to do that anyway, so let's just see how we get on. I can't imagine it's too different. I must be missing something. Something that somebody that's watching this is probably thinking, dude, it's literally right there. But I don't see it. Anyway, I'm going to cut these out. I think it might just be a case of just swapping this side. I do like the look of these though. That's a big chunky drum barrel, that, isn't it? Okay, so what goes on the side of that last cannon then? I think it's just the same because they look like they fit on all of them. So maybe, mind you, that's, yeah, I think it is these ones. We'll have a look. We'll cut one off. They're going to go in my spare tub anyway if they don't fit, but I think they go on. They do not fit. They are completely the wrong ones. So it's not those. I guess it's these ones then, because these are shorter. But how... what? Does that go on like that? I don't know, I guess we'll find out. Let's see. A little bit of trial and error today. You know me, I like to follow the instructions pretty closely. I don't think that's going to go. That does not go. And it definitely doesn't go that way. What the heck? That seems too long. Maybe there's a different one over here. No, that's for the units. I am very confused. See, it's down here, but I don't see anywhere that shows you how to build that. Maybe it was that first one. No, it's definitely not. It doesn't go on there either. I'm pretty sure that goes on there. Yeah, see, that 100% fits on there. So that goes... so let's get rid of those then. And then at least we've eliminated them. Where are they? They're over here. So at least we've eliminated those. And they're out of the way. I'm just going to double check. They definitely don't go on these. No, they definitely don't. Right, they're out of the way. We'll get them out of the way. So what goes on the side of these then? Has to be those. Right, let's try and figure this out. Yeah, it's definitely not that. The thing is, there's no similar shaped... oh, hold on. No, it's not. That is very strange. Unless I'm... so it has to be that way, so it would be that way. So it's definitely not that. So that would have to go up that way, so it's definitely not that. Which only leaves these. But these look way too long. That's definitely not those either. Right, we got a problem here. Okay, I found them. They were on the other sprue. They look very different, so there they are, and they fit together like so. That was really confusing. I was thinking, they haven't given me the parts to build the las cannons. Why would they do that? But it was just me being blind. So, let's get these on. That's a lot of glue, but whatever. Get those stuck together. These would be well worth it. Yeah, so they were all on the other sprues. That's why I couldn't find them. And also they're not on the instructions, as you've seen. Yeah, they're literally nowhere on the instructions, which is bizarre. Usually it'll give you like a little mini picture up here, one like alternative version. Doesn't have that for some reason, don't know why. Anyway, we're building the las cannons, so screw the instructions. We're going again, DIY man mode here. This is not something that I ever do, by the way. I will often follow the instructions very, very carefully because I don't want to ball stuff up and then have to take the whole damn thing apart. As I've done in the past, so learnt a valuable lesson. These are going to look awesome. Look at that big like battery, I guess, on the side, or energy pack. Right, so we've got the 3 guns made. Now what do we make? We make these tripod-y type thingies. They consist of 1 and 2. Where there's one. There's another 1. I'm going to need 3 of those, aren't we? God, this is really flimsy. Hopefully I don't snap that. Where's the other one? There. No, that's not it. That's 3. So we want 3, 4, and 5 as well. Okay, so that's 3. Are they going to be on the other sprue? Yes, there's 5. They're all exactly the same, right? Yes, right, okay. Just so that I'm not getting these all confused. We've got another 2 down here. I think they're all the same as well, aren't they? Yeah, look identical. Why can't I see the other? Tripod. Oh, it's there. It's right underneath my nose. Blimey. I'm starting to think I'm going to need glasses. Okie dokie. So we glue those to the underside of the gun by the look of things, like that's tricksy. There we go, just needed a little bit of a click in. Oh, that's quite sticky already. Let's stick a bit of glue on now. Let's get that pushed in. Sometimes you need a little bit more pressure than you may want to actually apply because it feels so delicate. I guess don't be too scared. Don't be a maniac like some sort of bloody ape and slam the thing in there and snap it all, but this actually looks like it's better if you're putting it in like that and then sliding it in like a Tetris piece. It's just going in a little bit easier. But yeah, what I'm saying is, I guess, don't be scared of applying a little bit of pressure. But like I said, that's fitting in nicely if you're just doing it like that and then just sliding it down like a Tetris piece. It's not really requiring any pressure at all, actually, like that. Okay, so now we need this part. And it looks like it's going in with the handle facing us. Where's it? Where does it go? Into there? By the look of things? Surely not. Oh, okay, yeah, so it tilts right back. So that just slots on there like that. And then... Ah, I see. Okay, right. Well, we're probably going to want a little bit of... a tiny bit of glue there. And there. And then I'm going to put a little dab on the back there. I've got a hair sticking off my glue. Get out of it. And then just slide that in. Again, we're needing to apply a bit of pressure. Make sure that's all connected. That looks wonky as all hell. Is it though? Yes, it looks wonky. Why is that wonky? Is that wonky? I don't know. Yeah, I don't think it is. I'm missing a part on the nozzle there, I just realised. I need to find those and cut those off. I don't know whether you guys just heard the seagull just go past my flat. I'm on the top floor of 10 floors. So we get them flying past all day. Right. Get you jammed on there. In fact, that might be the wrong piece. Now that I'm thinking about it, because this is the plasma, isn't it? Not the other version. I mean, yeah, it was the wrong piece. Okay, we're going to get you out of the way before I glue the wrong pieces on. And then we're going to cut the correct pieces off. And we're going to put them on. Like that. Amazing. The Astra Militarum army is growing rapidly. Like I've mentioned previously, I have a Def Corps of Krieg box set underneath my desk, just down by my feet here, which I'm looking forward to opening and putting together. I've also just pre-ordered a few other bits. I pre-ordered the Yarrick, and I forgot the other one's name. What's the other pre-order that I made? She's in the tracked vehicle. Let me just bring up my place that I buy these from, and I will tell you what it was, because I've completely forgotten the name of it, which is pretty bad. Oh, Commissar Graves in the tracked vehicle. I don't know what that is. It says a Vigilance miniature. Beautiful model. Really like the look of that. Really like the look of that. And of course, yes, Commissar Yarrick. Looking forward to getting that as well. I think he's a cool character. I think he's so cool because the orcs basically adore him. Didn't they like will him back to life or something? because they liked fighting him so much. I can't remember. I need to read the lore up on it. I did see some like a YouTube short that explained it. It's basically they loved fighting him so much that they kind of revere him. Oh dear, I do like the orcs. They are funny. Right, I'm going to get those spare bits out of the way. Right, so that's the guns done. That is the guns done. Let's get these units made up. So we've got a sergeant, a spotter, and a voxcaster. So we'll start with the sergeant, obviously. What do we need? We need 46 through to 52. 46 through to 52. Where are you, 46? Somewhere on this sprue. Are you actually on the other one? I've seen everything except 46. 48, 41. 46 is the body. Maybe it was on the other sprue and I was just looking for the wrong part. 42. Where the heck are you? Ah, 46. Here we go. Right, so 46. 47 is the back, which is there. What's he got on his back there? Like a water bottle. I don't like twisting them off like that, but sometimes the clippers just do not get in. I was not impressed with that at all. Right, anyway, so we've got the body. What was that? 46 and 47. So 50 looks like it's some sort of blanket on the top of his pack. There it is. Top of his Bergen, whatever you want to call it. What do they call that in the army? Is it a Bergen or do they call it? I don't know. Anyway, 48, 49. 48. Not a military man, as you've probably established. I do like a good hike, though. We call it Bergen when I go hiking. I mean, I call it a Bergen. I don't know if anybody else does. Well, we've got 51 and 52. 52 is there, so I'm just going to cut you off while I can see you. Where's 51? Uh, 51's a pointy. Ah, there we go. And what head do I get to choose between? 78 and 82. 78 and 82. I see 85, but we don't want that one, do we? We've got 81 down there. Let's have a look at the other sprue. 78 is there. Where's 82? I think I'm going to go with 78 actually, because he's got the, you know, we like a good screaming head. Right, let's get this glued together. I don't know what they're for. I might just put those up there on the square base bit, and when I can't find them later, I'll scream at myself. Right, let's get this body glued together, because that's what it's telling me to do. I've got bloody super glue on my fingertips as well, where I was gluing. I bought these new, like, Space Marine helmets that go on the top of the paint pots, and you can paint them so they can tell you what colour is actually in the pot, so you've got a better idea of what it actually looks like on the miniature. These things, hope you can see that. Actually pretty cool, I think. It cost me absolute pennies as well. I think it was like 50 for, although the guy gave me 50 5 of them or something. And he also gave me a little a little rubber duck. I think they were like £30 for 50 of them or something. But yeah, they're going to help out, because sometimes I'll look at the paint and I'll be like, what does this actually look like on the model? Because it doesn't look the same colour. If you look at that, you can tell straight away, like, that's more orange than that. But then it kind of shows 3 different colours on here. I guess that's, you know, 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats, I don't know. Or maybe that's where it colours the cracks or whatever, where it gathers, because the speed paints tend to kind of highlight and shade all in one whilst you're doing it, which is really, really good. I swear by speed paints. In fact, I much prefer them. I tend to use them as like the main colour, the base colour, would you call that? And then I will dry brush with the thicker ones. I almost put his legs together wrong then. I tend to dry brush with the thicker paints. I'm not very good at thinning down. I tend to not get the consistency right, and it drives me mad. Right, we need to put a bit of glue on there and a little bit on top. In fact, I'm going to stick a little bit down where the gun goes as well, because I just noticed that that's going to slide on nicely, he says, and then he can't get it on. Because, you know, why would you be... There we go. I needed a little bit of pressure. I don't like all of these mould lines on this one. Right, let's... I think I'll put his arms on first. So that goes on his thing like that, and it looks like he's grabbing his gun. Is it? Oh, that's really badly cut off the sprue. That needs to be trimmed down. That really needs to be trimmed down. There we go. I'm going to put the glue on there rather than the body. That might be the wrong choice, but I guess we'll find out. That doesn't look right, but it is. It's like he's trying to grab his gun. There we go. It just needs to angle that down a little bit more so that thumb and finger were closer to that gun. It almost looks like his shoulder's dislodged though. Right, we're going to leave that like that. I'm going to put the glue on the body this time. And he's pointing ahead. That's a very military point as well, isn't it? With the whole, all of the fingers instead of just one finger. I used to play paintball, I used to do that. Probably copying some movie I'd seen or something. Because like I say, I'm not a military guy. The closest I got to being a military guy was probably the Army Cadets, which I was in when I was 15 years old. Let's make sure that arm is pointing up nice and straight and ahead, so it's not like pointing down at the ground. I don't like where that arm is. I want it up there like that more. That's better. Put his head in, and I want that looking down the arm. So that's going to be looking off a little bit to his. Like that. That's looking quite nice. We're going to plonk him over there. Because, oh no, wait, he's not done. We forgot to put his, I forgot to put his blankie on. There we go. That's him done. Plonk him over there, next to one of the guns. Telling the dude where to fire. Over there. Right, what we got next? Spotter. So we have like one of these for each. So we've got like 3 people on each gun. Interesting. Okay. What we got? 55 through to 62. 55 through to 62. Well, there's 55. That was nice and quick to find. .56 would be beautiful if it was next to it, but of course it's not. 66 is over there. Is it on a different sprue? 56, where are you? What do you look like? You're at the back of the body. Yeah, it's down here. Interesting. .57, 58 and 59, so 57's there. Wow, these are literally all over the place. There's 58 on the other sprue. Yes, that's literally all over the damn place. It's like a puzzle. It's like Where's Waldo or Where's Wally, whatever you guys call it. Where's Wally in the UK? I think it's Where's Waldo in the States, isn't it? I've lost count of where I was now. Bugger. I've just done both of his legs. So that's 57, 58. So I need 59, which is... looks like some sort of rolled up blanket. 59's over here. 60, 61 and 62. 60, 61 and 62. Not seeing those on there. Back to the other sprue. Definitely not seeing them on there. Do you know what? Let's try that again, shall we? Why can't I see them? Why are they being difficult? 60, 61 and 62. Ah, there's 60. You would think that 61 and 62 would be nearby, wouldn't you? But of course they're not. 61. Where the heck? I'm really struggling to see these ones. Maybe they are on the other sprue and I just overlooked them completely. Holy cow, I am really struggling to find these ones. Like, way more than I normally struggle. $60 was there. You would think it would be around here somewhere, wouldn't you? But it's completely not. What's that? That's 44. 65. 63. $90. 70. What the heck? Ah, it's there, 61. Again with the different sprue. Okay, so where's 62 then? Because you would have thought that would be... $67, $66. This is crazy. What does 62 look like? It's like hands holding a pair of binoculars. Sometimes it's there we go. What, it's labelled as 91. Unless that's a different one. That's pretty crazy. No, that's a different one. It should be 2 hands on top if I'm looking at that little picture there. That's wild. I literally can't find it. Maybe. Ah, what's that there? Aha! It's there. Wow. That's crazy. Okay. Oh, and we need a head. 79, 81, 83, 84, 85. What do we like the look of there? 79 looks like he's got a bit of a beard like me, so we'll have 79. I've got a short beard. What one was it? 79. World's worst memory. There it is there. Oh, he doesn't have a beard, it's a little chin strap. Oh well, he's not quite as cool as I thought he would be, but hey, we can't all be as cool as me. Far from it. Come on, boy. There we go. Just get you in there. I'll get you glued together. Now that we've actually found all of the parts, yeesh. I always put that on the wrong way first. I always think that little curved bit naturally would go to the back of the head, but it doesn't. Okay, let's glue the legs together. There we go. Oh shit, he says, and then drops it. That's because it's stuck to my finger, and as I pulled my finger away, it pulled the piece away. Stuck to my finger again then. Right, let's put the body on. A little bit of pressure. Oh, hello, not too much, because then I'll break it. Like I just did then. I pushed the legs apart. That's not quite. There we go. Okay, so what's he doing? He's looking forward with his binoculars. That looks pretty cool. I like that. I appear to be missing part of an arm though. Where are you? There you are. So these are going to be up in the air, aren't they, a little bit? So we're going to need to get these on together, and we're probably going to have to move them around a little bit. I'm going to put a little bit of glue in each of the wrists. I may regret that. Right, so they're going to be kind of up like that, aren't they? Oh shit. Oh no, this is gone. There we go. I'm going to use the clippers just to hold the tip of that. Try and balance. Oh yeah. We like that. We're going to move those arms up a little bit more. Try not to push them too far back. And then angle that gently. Beautiful. And that's my man with his binoculars. looking out for the target. And now we need the Voxcaster. 65 through 8. Oh no, 16. What? Yeah, 65. What? This is all over the place. 65 through 80 by the looks of things. Okay. So 65 is the body, the front. I spy it with my little eye. So what was that? 65. So 66 at the back. Maybe on the other sprue. Yes, it is over here. I'm convinced that Games Workshop or Warhammer. What the heck? Why won't that come off? I'm convinced they do it on purpose, just to fuck with us. 67, 68. There's 67. I guess 68 is going to be on the other one, isn't it? They are really trolling me real hard right now. Yeah, there's 68. .69 pistol hand. Oh, there it is. 70, 71 appears to be some sort of radio. .70, 71. Where are you? Oh, the Voxcaster. Oh, here. Just while that's within eye shot, we'll put that over there. So that would have been 77. So we're still looking for 70 and 71. Okay, they are definitely not on that one. Alright, let's have a look. 72 is there. 71. That's the radio, by the looks of it, in one hand. I'm going to come up that from the back because it looks like it's got a clearer line of sight to the... There we go. So we're still looking for 70. 70. Aha. And then 80 is the head that we're told to use. Where are you? C84, 83. Maybe it's on the other sprue. 85, 81. Everything except the one that I want. Do we have to use that? I guess we do. That's what it says. Ah, 80. I see him. Hiding in the middle. Okay. Let's get this guy built. Where's the front? There it is. And the back. We always start with the back, don't we? Oh Christ, I got glue everywhere then. Being sloppy. Okay, why won't that go together? That's not flush at all. What the freak's going on there? There's no bits that need shaving off. Oh, I was putting it too high up. That's interesting. So it's slightly off. Why is it not sticking? There we go. Yeah, stick that on top. That goes on nicely. Stick his head on. And then his Vox caster. His Vox. Is that going to stick? Yes. Then his pistol arm, which appears to be kind of just chilling out. It's not really ready to shoot anybody. Quite, this is really, I can hold that aerial, that's quite useful. Now where does that attach? Is it that little bit there? I'm hoping that is the case. It looks like, yes it is, right, okay, cool. And then this is going to be a bit of a pain in the butt. I think I probably should have left that arm to dry just a little bit before I tried to put his hand on, but hey, I'm brave. And stupid. Oh, no, yeah, I'm definitely stupid. Oh, Christ. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's really finicky. But it's on, it's on, it's on. Right, don't touch it. No, it's not quite flush. There we go. And that is the first weapon done. I guess we... Oh, Jesus. Oh, okay. Just everybody just lie down on the job. I'm not going to touch you. You just do what you need to do. I am going to go ahead and build the other ones. And once I've got those done, I'll come back and we'll start putting them on the stands. Okay, so as it happens, we don't have 3 per model. We've got a gunner and a looker, or a gunner and the Vox caster. So we've got 2 on each model. I've built a couple of the gunners already. I've just put them over there. I'm just going to build the last one now. And then we're going to start putting them on the bases. These were pretty straightforward to build. Just the 2 body parts as usual. The 2 legs, the 2 arms. They're all pretty well laid out, close together. And then you just pick a head. I did almost glue 2 of the wrong legs together. That would have been catastrophic. What am I doing here? There we go. It's going to be another fine addition to this Astra Militarum army. I'm going to have an absolutely huge one. I know I mentioned this earlier, but that leg doesn't seem like the right leg. What have I done here? Is there additional legs on here that I've... No. That looks like a gun. Oh, I was putting it on the wrong... What a fool. I was putting it on backwards. That would have been hilarious if I'd glued his body on backwards, wouldn't it? What a tool. That was like one of those, huh? Moments. I guess that's an easy mistake to make. Oh, I forgot to cut a head off. We can use any head really, 79, 81, 83, 84, 85. Let's see, whichever one we see first. Not 82, because that's not an option. So we're going to cut that off and put that with the... Where did I put my clippers? They're over here. In fact, I won't cut it off. I'll leave it on there. I'll cut them all off at the end. Not at the end of this video. After I'm finished. Let's go with... Yeah, he looks quite... He's like grimacing. We'll stick him on. There we go. And then we'll plonk his arms on. Oh, I probably didn't need any glue that side there. There was already quite a bit on there. Interesting. Make sure they're sat on there at a respectable height, where the handles of the gun would be. I think they kind of just sit flush with it. They don't really connect to it. As you can see, they're kind of like... Well, actually, they're not together at all. What have I done here? One arm's too low. There we go. So we're just kind of putting them as level as possible. I keep forgetting that the lens is over this side because I'm using my my phone now, aren't I? So yeah, he'll just sit kind of like that. I guess we'll glue that, but I'm gonna wait till they're on the stands. So I'm gonna put the guns on the stands first. I think I'll put them slightly to one side like that, because then I can put my guy in there like so, and then like with each one, maybe for this, what the heck's going on with those legs? Well, my man's going to go in like that, and then like with this one I'll put the box caster kind of over here, I guess. I'll mix them up. Let's glue this on first. I'll mix them up a little bit. I don't think there's going to be much room to mix them up, just because the bases are quite small, with considering how much you've got to put on them. But what I'll do is I'll put one on the kind of, I guess, our left there, right, and then I'll put one on the right. Just as there's a bit of room. I mean, they are quite central anyway. There we go. Maybe I'll do this one central, just so that it mixes it up a little bit. Why is my glue not coming out? There we go. Put this one smack bang in the centre. Just put it right forward. There we go. I guess they'll go well together as a trio like that then, if I was to set them up. So it's kind of that space. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Yeah, okay, right. Well, let's get this guy glued on. We'll try and gently slide him in. I'll put a bit of glue in there between those. And then, oh, hello, dropped him. And then just kind of, I'm going to need to angle that slightly just so I can see where I'm putting him. And then just glue him in there like that. God, he's right at the back of that base, isn't he? He's in there though, isn't he? Looks like he's holding the gun. We like that a lot. I'll do the same with, what was the second one I glued? It was this one, wasn't it? I've got to give it a little bit of time to adhere. Adhere? That's right, isn't it? A female dear, ray, a drop of golden sun. When you say a word that you don't often use, and you think maybe you said it wrong. Oh, that fits in perfectly. Love that. I love making these models. I don't know about you. Like, tell me, do you love making models? Do you prefer watching people? I definitely prefer making them. I do watch some videos, actually, like unboxings and stuff. There's a guy called Grimdark that I watch, or Grimdark? I only started watching him recently. I'd love to have kind of following he's got. Wow. He got a lot of followers. Right. Hey, we'll get there one day, maybe. Or maybe not. Who knows? Right, this guy I think I'm going to put over here next to my man. No, actually, we'll put him over here so he's nice and snug with my man over here, pointing telling him where to shoot. I'm going to put him right up close to him so he's like literally pointing down, showing him where to fire. Oh, hold on. Not too close though. I'm just thinking when it comes to painting, that's going to be a right ball ache. Yeah, we're going to move him over just a little bit so that he's like that. There we go. These are the things we need to think of sometimes. You've got to think ahead a little bit, haven't you? About when you're painting them. Is this going to be super difficult? Right, this guy's going to go with his binoculars just over here. Oh, I love these. These might actually be my favourite ones that I've built recently. And we're going to put my man with the radio over here. Just like that. And we are done, guys. They are cool models. I like those. I don't really know what all these other parts are, if I'm completely honest. We've got some arms with like rocket launchers. What are they all about? Can you have rocket launchers instead of these Vox dudes? I don't see them on the instructions anywhere, so we didn't build those. Let me put this glue lid back on. I'm going to stick those on the display, and I will stick the stat sheet up as I always do, and I'll catch you guys on the next one when we will be building the Atalan Jackals.